Hello, everyone. Good morning or good evening if it's the last thing you see before you go to sleep. I put you in my prayers if you do that. I don't think this is a good thing to take in before you go to sleep. Because if the good cards come through, you're not going to be able to fall asleep. And if the negativity of him seeps into your unconsciousness before you go to sleep, oh, you guys, I don't know. But if you're a late night owl and you can do something really positive after this reading for yourself, like, you know what? We have the new moon coming in on Thursday, the 24th. So this reading's for Sunday, the 20th. The 24th, the new moon's coming in at 2 degrees of Leo. So new moons are really, really good, really powerful for setting intentions. So if you want to start setting your intentions today, yeah, put them out there, work on them. Right there, Dumpy's health. So the forces in motion with the Two of Pentacles when it comes to health, especially coming through reversed. Wow. He's so out of, he's really disorganized. He's just wasting time. He's got major swollen joints and, it's feeling like arthritis. It could be arthritis as well because, it's Jupiter, so Jupiter expands and Capricorn rules all the joints in the body, so major swelling there. Sometimes it's a sore throat, because all the energy's in your head. And yeah, okay. His big challenge with the Five of Cups, when that comes to health, we're talking about, again, everything in the mushroom field. God. I absolutely love you. Whoever's, I wish I could remember your name, who came up with that one. That is just so genius. So, you guys are the best with all the names. Anyway, Mars and Scorpio in a challenge in the body brings through illnesses of everything below in the mushroom field. So we're talking colon, bladder, prostate, and that part of his body that looks like, his mouth. But it's also a card for STDs, and I know a lot of you guys keep commenting on syphilis, like tertiary syphilis, and it could be. Oh, for all the kitties out there, there's Chopstick. Anyway, yeah, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. So he's having trouble. In the morning, early in the morning, majorly off balance. Whistleblowers are coming for him as always. There's lots of gossiping going on. This is him, though, with all talk and no action. This is Taco, right? This is a Taco card. This is him with his hypocrisy. But when we're talking health, this is his circulatory system. This is his legs. And it's a card for accidents. Didn't we have it yesterday? Was it over here or was it down at the base? I don't know. But this is early morning. Off balance. He might even be non-ambulatory. Wow. The Four of Swords coming through reversed. This is my card for not being upright when it comes to reverse. It's also diabetes, insulin problems. And, when that happens, we have a lot of people experience dizziness. So we've got dizziness here, things backing up here, falls, non-ambulatory issues here, and also the Four of Swords when it comes to reversed often is high blood pressure, and that can make a person dizzy. My goodness. Is every card reversed? Wow. Okay, so Midday with the Seven of Cups, he's running out of options. He's running out of health choices. He's keeping secrets. His health is related to his being an abusive person in the scorpionic realm. Catch my drift? This can be a card of poisons backing up in his body, or literal poisons coming through, because here we have Nurse Ratched with the Queen of Swords. If it's not somebody giving him something they want him to have, it could be a mistake in dosage. The Queen of Swords is, when it comes to health, these are chronic imbalances. It can be head trauma from falling down. In his case, it could also be a brain tumor. But when it comes to a person that's taking care of him, this is somebody who's not trustworthy. They'll gossip behind his back, and they're pretty cold-hearted and cruel and might even be ruthless. So if this is a person around him, I mean, we're in the realm of, I don't think Natalie Harp, she's apparently, I thought she was our Queen of Wands. It kept coming through, but apparently she's February 7th, I think, which anyway, that puts her as an Aquarius. That may very well be her. Now, it could also be, it could be somebody gossiping about him, puts poisons into his mind, and then he takes it all in. It just exacerbates everything. But this could also be Laura Loomer. I don't know. I think she's more of I don't know. She might be pissed at him now, too. Everybody's pissed at him is a thing. It's making me wonder. Janine Pirro is a Gemini. But reading on health, I feel like, so I'll just say what I just said. It could be somebody poisoning his mind based on the things they're putting out there. They're gossiping behind his back and telling, like maybe the whistleblower is her, who comes out and says, hey, this is what's really happening, but anonymously, of course, because these would be anonymously. And, so it's either or. It's either that or, Nurse Ratched. Seriously. Okay. Oh my God. Holy moly. Let's just put it all out here now. Okay, so later in the evening, Lori would say, good gravy. Libby would say, holy crumbs. Crikey. Oh my goodness. So later in the evening, when it comes to health and the Page of Wands reversed, this would be exhaustion, heart problems, could even be a little fever, and then, incontinence with this card, and let's exacerbate it some more with the Ace of Cups reversed. Wow. Another way to read these two cards would be he can't find his member below, and he goes into a rage. He goes into an emotional rage. Who took my... I had a mushroom, now I can't find anything. Oh, God. I mean, because, we're talking prostate and all this stuff here, but there's a real possibility that this is incontinence with bladder problems, because everything's backing up. He's suffering, you guys. Okay. Any other problems with the Ace of Cups? I can't think of anything. It's rage. It could be, of course, blocked emotions, and that's major emotional reactions. If if I look at it outside of health, this is bad news. Everybody talking about him. He can't take it. He's emotionally reacting to it. He's enraged. Yeah, because otherwise the Ace of Cups, it belongs to the feminine, with when it comes to reversed, it could be infertility or miscarriage. That's not anything to do with him. Now, another meaning of this card reversed is an energy vampire. People that just suck all the energy out of the room. So maybe this is a younger person that's supposed to be helping him, but then they're like, you know what, dude? Guess what? Guess what I heard? Da, 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 da. Later in the evening, and he just can't handle it. When it comes to health, with the so this would be later in the evening. With the Hierophant here, it rules the neck and the ears and the lower jaw and the cerebellum and the thyroid. So, because, Taurus. But, I don't know. I'm feeling like he's enraged by having to conform to society's rules. And society's rules don't want to have any type of a predator in a position of government or in power. But if I stick with just the health, right, because that's my intention with the cards, he's I really think he's having problems with his throat and his neck. You have to remember his the way his body works is kind of like it's a little bit like a lizard brain. I remember years ago, way back, and it was one of the first videos I ever did. I just relayed information that I got in meditation, where I sat down and opened myself up to how his energy system in his body, his nervous system, how everything works in his body. And except for I put the limit as to nothing below the belt, And what I got was that his life force tends to push out from the core, the third chakra. You guys could all imagine that, right? He's a major will type. It's all about putting his stuff out there. And so he does it that way, but then he also, when he wants to think and talk and the way his brain works, he shoots up. So his third chakra is way open in the front, and but the heart was very closed, and the fifth chakra was very open, which would be the throat chakra here, and so the energy would shoot from a third to the fifth, but not like it could. There was no back and forth because when it comes to evolution, it requires opening the heart. And because he doesn't do that, the energy would just shoot straight up into his fifth chakra and then right out his mouth and neck area. It was like, and he had a very developed executive center in the back of the fifth chakra. So he could make decisions based on what he wanted to get out of life, and he just put himself out there. Nothing open with the sixth or the seventh. And so he was like this lizard that would just, and you can watch him, it's become more apparent the older he gets. His body, when he talks, and his head, kind of shoot around back and forth, side to side, and he looks at people from a different angle, but he does it really fast, like a lizard, right? There's that cerebellum, lizard brain. I mean, there's a problem there in the cerebellum. And so all he thinks about is who can he get to, what dark moneyed people can he hang out with or get what he can from them, and that is that part of teamwork. But the Three of Pentacles is also our card for it's Mars and Capricorn, so it can be really, I have Mars and Capricorn, but it's in the 9th house of divination and searching for the truth. He uses it in a different way, I think he has Capricorn pretty much in his 5th house, so it's about pleasure around having a lot and materialistic things and things like that. So, but anyway, when it comes to health, this can be a card of, hardening of the arteries and infections. When it comes to reverse, that's for sure. It didn't, and it may have just been a little bad card flop today. That happens. But yeah, he's up. He's emotionally enraged. These are not sleeping cards. He's too worried about what everybody else is saying and talking about with him, and then thinking about, like, where does he get more money. It's all about the money. He thinks he's going to get 10 billion out of Rupert Murdoch. I hope you saw my video on that. Okay, these 2 cards are really important because they're the foundation of the whole day. So the 5 of Swords upright brings through somebody who, he loves to fight. He's, that's his thing. He loves conflict. That's his negative pleasure. But this is a card of defeat and humiliation and pain and self-sabotage. And with the Hanged Man, I forgot to say, on the level of health, the 5 of Swords, it can be a funeral. I mean, it's a problem communicating because there's a lack of communication, and it's about nothing but vengeance, right? And it's all about criming and abuse and assault and rape and murder. That's pretty much what's in this card. And then here we are with the Hanged Man, and he doesn't have any control here. He needs to look at life from a different angle, but he's never going to do that. He's just always going to do the lizard braiding thing, and what do I get? So, but there's a sacrifice here. And this card, because it's ruled by Neptune, we're in the realm of the lymphatic system. And you have a really major, lymphatic issue when you have prostate and bladder and colon and all of this, like, backed up. And he may very well have a colostomy bag. That's the thing, is we don't know if he's stinking because of that, or if it's because of, I'm sure it'll all come out eventually, but is it because of that, or is it because he is literally just so disgusting inside that it just comes out, oozing out of his skin, yeah. So that's all I have. Whew. Okay, everybody, deep breath, exhale, get this out, and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.